On your marks.
So where's the first one to finish it?
Get set. And go.
Dancing Museums is a fantastic project that was initiated by 5 dance organizations internationally. We are one of the partners. We are dance ateliers in Rotterdam. We are based in the Netherlands. My name is Christine de Groot, I'm the director. These 5 partners have met in a previous project, B-project, or most of the partners, where we investigated in the work of Jeroen Bos, which was an inspirator for the 5 choreographers who were part of that project. And as we were in contact with these great museums, we felt we needed to build on that project, which we did. And the museums really embraced the idea of bringing contemporary dance together with old masters' work in order to deepen the experience of the viewer. So we really wanted to put the 2 art forms together to go for a deeper level of understanding of the artwork that was going to be watched. So to facilitate the process of research, we had several activities on the agenda. We had a lovely guided tour by Jill Hart, who is the head of the education in the National Gallery. And she has a beautiful way of looking at artworks and feeding the spectator in on how the painting is put on the canvas, what perspective the artist would have taken, what do you see if you really come up close, and what do you see when you withdraw? What could you imagine beyond the artwork? And she's very inspirational in how she talks about the artworks.
Although there's a lot of yellow, and we know that yellow is his favourite colour because he wrote a lot about that. So there's quite a lot of yellow here. He pushes the paint around the canvas with his brush. You can see it here. Does everybody understand what I mean? It's being pushed, and you can actually see the shape that the ferrule of the brush has made, and the ridges. Because he's pushed into thick paint, the ridge comes up like ploughing a field.
To give the choreographers also a sense of context in terms of where they are in the city, we biked through the city, we visited a visual artist's workspace as the exhibition Van Bos tot Breugel, Uncovering Daily Life, had to do with daily life. So we actually entered a daily life of a visual artist here in Rotterdam. And he spoke a lot about his work and his fascinations in nowadays society.
Have you any idea with what kind of material I work? I don't use oil paint and not acrylic, but I use egg tempera. Have you ever heard of it?
Can you say it again?
Egg tempera. So I make my paint myself. What is it? What do you express? Intensity, beauty, and so on. Yeah, it has a certain special effect on your eyes that is not in paint. Well, I have a lot of pigments. This is my treasure. It is the earth, of course, from one side. This is not the way you can probably see Earth. You have to be light years away, and then with a Hubble telescope they take pictures, combine them make them beautiful colors, and then you get this. And we all say, ah, hey, that's Earth. But now, a couple of guys are in the International Space Station. The height is 410 kilometers and are taking pictures, and they see this. They see merely clouds. But they see only a very small part of Earth. The only one who can show you how Earth is looking is a painter, because he can make a big Earth, use pictures taken from the International Space Center, and imagine that you are in a huge telescope with a brilliant lens. So what I'm going to do is to try all these pictures to extrapolate them to this size. And I also calculated where the ESS would be. That is on 7.5 centimeters from Earth. So then you have immediately the feeling that from the ESS you would never see this. And from a telescope you would never see this. But a painter has the possibility.
Okay, my name is Peter. I'm an art historian and I'm a mindfulness teacher. So the combination is obvious that I bring it together. So I'll tell something more. But first of all, I would like to ask you to put your hands on your legs and try to comfort your hands. And close your eyes. And try to feel the temperature on your hands. We see every single moment of the day, even if we close our eyes, we see. But it needs an attention to be aware of what you see. And you try to be aware of just the fact that you are looking, that there is coming light in your eyes. And you can ask yourself, is it me who's looking at the picture, or is the picture looking at me? You can ask yourself, is it the picture on the wall, or is it the picture in my body? And this awareness of the looking, of seeing, is combined with the feeling of yourself, because you are the one who is looking. So in the discussion whether art is important because of beauty, whether art is important because it has to deal with the social aspect, I bring in the fact that art is has to do everything with yourself.
I am Louis. I am the video artist in the Rotterdam residence for dancing museums.
I'm Connor. I'm the dance artist that was chosen for Rotterdam for dancing museums. Where will the shop be? How?
I'll tell you in a second.
They literally had brought their home into the art studio of the museum because they wanted to give a sense of daily life to the public, and they also, within their artistic idea, they wanted to, let's say, reveal the backside of an artistic process. So in the art studio, in their daily life surroundings, they were creating small sceneries, and within those small sceneries they would film images. And those films, they sort of transformed in a very black and white footage that was projected in the upstairs exhibition space as a part of the Bos tot Breugel exhibition. So there were activities in the art studio where the public could see the scenes being filmed, so they could actually witness the process of an artwork being created. In the upstairs room next to the exhibition of Van Bos tot Breugel, there was a space where the dancers could actually research their artistic ideas, let's say separate from the idea of Connor and Louise. And one of them was very specific in his idea. He wanted to create the illusion of movement. So one of the dancers would take a position, the other one would enhance that position, the third one would make it even bigger, and the fourth one would make it to its extreme. Which was a game they played for a while, and then they started to imitate members of the audience, which was a very interesting exercise, as when they would imitate someone would not per se immediately understand that he would be subject of imitation. Whereas the moment he or she would notice that, they would become extremely aware of their posture and how they were sitting or standing or looking, which in the room brought a sense of humor and laughter, and also almost self-consciousness, because they might be the next victim to be imitated, for example.